Welcome back. So far, we've spoken about the narratives around suicide. We've also spoken about what is the responsibility of media and society at large. And I think the last thing is, if somebody has identified either in themselves or in a loved one that something is wrong, who is the right person to go to? Because there's so much confusion about who is a psychologist, who is a psychiatrist, who should you talk to, who should you not talk to. So in your opinion, if you were to say one crisp advice to people, who should you go to in such a situation?
I think the first person that we should reach out to is our loved ones. If we if an individual is going through some hardship, and if there is one confiding relation that they have, it could be a friend or a parent or somebody, they should take them into confidence and talk to them, because the moment you open up to your loved one, half of the pressure is reduced. But that it shouldn't stop there. Then the first thing that they should do is to go to a psychologist, not a psychiatrist, only because this is not a medical emergency. Of course, a psychiatrist is required. We need to reach out to a psychiatrist when there is a medical angle or when there is medication is required. But I think a psychologist...
Or if there is an injury, then you may need to take to a medical doctor.
Obviously, you need to take them to a hospital, to emergency or a casualty department. But if somebody is reporting, if somebody is coming and talking to you or sharing that, I am feeling this way, the first thing is to take them to a psychologist who can understand the language that the person is speaking, in the sense, the mindset, the thoughts that they are experiencing, and then they will know what to do.
What is further required after
What
that.
do you think?
Yeah, I think it is extremely important for us to even mention this in the training of all psychologists, because many of them I have seen, especially newcomers in the field, get very scared, and then they are asking, who should I report this to? Should I report it to parents, teachers, workplaces? I think a lot of times psychologists also need to become aware of the fact that this is something which is normal.
Correct.
Normal in the sense it is common, it is happening, and it is not something unheard of.
Something that you can expect.
Something that you should expect rather, and that you should have very clear ideas of what you are expected to do. And this should be in your training. This should not be something that you are deciding on the spot over there. So unfortunately, yes, this is not something which is even part of properly in the curriculum.
True.
So that is what I think. I think it should be a part of the training. And just like you would anticipate anything, you would anticipate clients coming to you for divorce, for breakup, for examination failure, you should expect this also. And just as you know what to do in those cases, you should know what to do in these cases also. It should not become one sensationalized thing even in your counseling practice.
Correct.
So Dr. Sudarshan, I was just wondering that, we spoke earlier about how this is not a one-time event, it is a process. So that means that there is a possibility for us to identify it earlier and then stop it from coming to that extreme stage itself. So is there a way that this is possible to do, to identify it and then stop it before it gets too late?
Yes, of course. There are different theories and different models that explains how to understand suicide as a concept and how to prevent it. But one thing that I recently studied is called an NC model, that is narrative communication model, which says how suicide as a thought can sail through different stages. So according to this theory, they say that the first stage is where people experience there is a vulnerable group.
Correct,
right?
Yeah.
So there are people who are possibly more prone to such thoughts than others, right? So what could be this group, according to me, is those who have social challenges where they don't have required social support, or they are into some financial crisis, or they have an identifiable, diagnosable psychological condition,
Or they could be socially marginalized also.
Socially marginalized, yes, and generally who find life to be very hard, right? Who feels that things are becoming very challenging. So these are the vulnerable groups. That doesn't mean everybody in this group are prone.
Of course, yeah.
But I think the thoughts might generate with
Possibility is higher within this group.
Yeah, and also the thoughts might multiply if such episodes happen. If there is a crisis, physical crisis, psychological crisis, or a social crisis.
But others may have other support groups which will help them cope with it. These people may not have those support systems to begin with.
Yeah. So, my personal take is that not having adequate social support, irrespective of which category they belong to, which class or which group or which caste they belong to, I think not having adequate social support is the most vulnerable point. So when somebody is already experiencing this or being vulnerable, and if they witness burnouts or stress or major stresses in their life, I think will push them into the next stage. Where they'll start feeling, okay, I already don't have support system, now I'm facing this crisis or this challenge or this health issue.
How will I come out of
it? So they are pushed towards helplessness, hopelessness position. So I think that's the second stage, and that makes it even more dicey.
Correct.
And then they'll be pushed into the third stage where things become very helpless. So they will start having narratives in their mind saying that, oh, looks like I'm out of all choice. There is nothing that I can do. That intense helplessness creeps in.
I did everything that I could, and this is it.
Yes, and also people around them would also start speaking on the same lines, saying that oh, you have done everything, look at you, there is nothing that you could do now.
So people are also thinking that this person is a lost cause.
Exactly, yeah. So that tone of failure, tone of weakness will set in. And I think that would push them into the fourth stage where they start thinking actively towards ending their lives. So considering these four stages, now can you probably bring in some points where how do we cope with all these challenges?